Hi friends, in today's section we are going to deal with the principles along with the preventive and curative measures or methods being followed in store grain pest management. Today's section can be divided into two parts. The first of all is the principles of store grain pest management. There are three principles to be taken care about while storing the grains, of which the first one is how should be the condition of the grains while you are storing it. The most important care to be taken is only clean, unbroken kernel grains should be selected for storing. The grains should mostly be stored in dry and cool atmosphere. While storing the grains, the moisture content within it should be maintained to near about 8%. Then comes how should be the climate while you are storing the grains. It is very much unfortunate that we cannot control the weather. Mostly it requires dry and cool weather. Hence, the grains should be stored with such a method during which all the kinds of weathers, the grains can be easily been protected from the worst possible weather conditions also. The third most important principle comes is how to store the grains. The storage should be done just to protect the grains from different natural enemies such as mold, fungus, bacteria, different pests, rats, birds and other vertebrate animals. For that, there are certain properties to be taken care while you store the grains. The first one is you should store the grains whenever dried. It should be stored in the cool atmosphere. Storage should be kept always away from the direct sunlight. The storage place should be cleaned and regularly been maintained. There should be no holes or cracks, maybe in the roof, walls or floors. And regular treatment of different insecticides should be given. Now comes why the above 6 conditions should be taken seriously. Because cool and dry grain respirates or breathes very slowly, due to which the seed coat can resist different attacks of insect pest along with the microorganisms such as mold, fungus and bacteria. This can be done whenever you maintain the cool and dry temperature. Secondly, grains stored should be kept clean and there should be a regular repair of the stored houses so as to keep the insect pest along with the rodents away from entering or hiding inside. And finally, a proper care should be taken by regularly treating it with insecticides just to keep away the serious insect pest infestation, which may often become difficult if not taken care and is only possible whenever the chemical application is being carried out on regular basis. We will move towards the second section of our topic known as integrated management of stored produce pests. Integrated store grain management of stored produce can be categorized or classified into two types. The first one is known as preventive measures and the second section is known as curative measures, of which first we will deal with the preventive measures. As a proverb always says that prevention is better than cure. Hence, try to prevent the insect pest coming into our storehouses. Then how should it be done? The first most traditional way is sun drying, just to reduce the moisture content in the grain below 8%, which may reduce the multiplication of pest. And this can be done by spreading the grains on the gunny bags in the natural sun in a thin layer, or a new technique of dryers can also be used. The second major is mixing of different inert materials such as clay, ash, which may cause injuries and lacerate the cuticular wall of the insect, causing desiccation and death of that insect also. Later on, bagging of the grains should be done in the gunny bags, but a care should be taken that mostly new bags should be purchased. If not possible, old bags can be fumigated with 0.1% malathion or DDVP, just to avoid cross-infection of the pests. Keeping godowns clean and hygienic is also very much important, which can be done by sealing godowns, cracks and crevices, rat burrows with cement, and before storing the grains, the infection should be done by spraying malathion 0.1% throughout the godown. Care should be taken while storing. Proper wooden crates, dunkages with layer of malting is very much necessary, which will help to circulate the air and to protect the grains from the loss due to moisture accumulation which may occur within the grains. And the last most important care should be taken while you stack the bags. Proper stocking should be done, which will help to facilitate the inspection and while treating the grains. The curative measures can be furtherly subclassified into different types, of which the first one is known as ecological methods. In this, different ecological factors such as temperature, moisture, along with the oxygen can be controlled in an artificial way by developing designs and constructing of such type of store houses in which ecological conditions can be made unfavorable for the attacking insects. By increasing the temperature above 42 degrees or below 15 degrees may retard the reproduction rate of the insects. And if we increase the temperature above 45 degrees Celsius or below 3 Celsius, we can also kill that particular insect permanently. Also, by keeping the moisture content in the grain in between 8 to 10% may help to prevent the build-up or escape the attack of majority of the store grain insect pests. Drying in sunlight may also kill majority of the biostages while you are storing it in the bags or in the beans. Also, maintaining or reducing the oxygen level of the grain by 1% may automatically increase the carbon dioxide level, will be lethal to almost all the stages of the hidden insect pest in the store grains. Next curative method is known as physical method. In this, using of superheating systems such as infrared heaters at a rate of 55 to 60 degree Celsius for 10 to 20 minutes can help effectively to control stored pests from flour mill or food processing plants also. Also, modification of the atmosphere by generating low oxygen to nearby 2.4% and developing high carbon dioxide to nearby 9 to 9.5 may also help to control the insect pests. For seed purpose, mixing 1 kg of activated Callion or Linden 1.3 in dust form or Malathion 5D for 100 kgs of seed and then staking in gunny or polythene lined bags is a very preferred common method. For grain purpose, we can mix 1 kg activated kaolin or the edible oils mostly at the rate of 1 kg for every 100 kgs of grains. 1 kg of neem seed kernel for 100 kgs of cereals or pulses while storing. The method known as cultural method is also been used. Most common one is split and store the pulses just to escape the attack of pulse beetle is mostly been preferred. While you are storing the food grains, you have to store them in airtight structures to avoid infection. In case of mechanical methods, mostly try to sheave and remove all the broken grains just before storing. Stitching of all the torn out bags is also a very important precaution to be carried out before storing. The last but not the least is known as chemical method. First group is known as how to treat the walls, dunkages, materials and ceilings of the godowns or storehouses. Initially empty the storehouse and then try to spray with insecticides such as Malathion 50 EC at the rate 10 ml per liter or DDVP 76 WSC at the rate of 7 ml per liter for 10 square meter area. Also, spraying of Malathion 50 EC at the rate of 10 ml per liter for 100 meter square area whenever the storage is in the form of bag. Try to avoid the spraying directly on the insect stored food grains. Use mostly knockdown chemicals such as linden, smoke generators or fumigants along with strip or pyrethrum sprays to kill the insects from the surfaces, cracks and crevices of the storehouses. Try to use seed protectors such as pyrethrum dust, carbaryl dust to mix with the grains for preventing them from the attack. EDB ampules mostly available in the market in different sizes such as 3 ml, 6 ml, 10 ml, 15 ml and 30 ml. Can be used at a rate of 3 ml per quintal of wheat and pulses, while for paddy or rice it is been used at a rate of 5 ml per quintal. EDCT available in tin containers in the market 500 ml, 1 liter or 5 liter can be used at a rate of 30 to 40 liters per 100 cubic meter, mostly in the large storehouses. Whereas in the small scale storehouses, 55 ml per quintal of grains should be used to control that particular insect pest been attacking in the loosed, dumped storehouses. Fumigation. This is the most preferred method. Utilization of such a chemicals which get converted into fumes after being applied and can reach to every part of the stored produce are been mostly preferred, such as ethylene dibromide known as EDB, ethylene dichloride carbon tetrachloride known as EDCT, aluminum phosphide known as AIP are been mostly been used. Aluminum phosphide been available at 0.6 grams and 3 grams tablet can be used at a rate of 3 tablets, that is 3 grams each or per ton of food grains by using with the help of applicators. We'll see the procedure of fumigation being carried out in the storehouses. Initially, mix the clay or red earth with water for the purpose of pasting or sealing around the fumigated areas or covers. Later on, apply the selected fumigants. Here it is aluminum phosphide tablets in between the bags or in the crevices wherever the infection is been more. Later on, immediately cover that bags with the help of the cover and plaster the edges of the cover with the red earth or clay plasters to make it leak proof and keep it in the same condition without moving for 5 to 7 days. Later on, remove the mud plaster from one edge and lift the cover from one corner just to escape the residual gas. After few hours, then you can allow the total aeration for movement and the covers can be lifted up. In the next section, we are going to see the last part of store grain pest known as store grain structure. Till that, good day.